where you can get all of our stuff. I guess the cool people call it, see you, brother. I guess the cool people call it merch. So that means our unbelievable Game Day Grind coffee from Mountaineer Roasting, the Mountaineer Munch popcorn. I'm telling you, it is absolutely idyllic.
Idyllic, he says.
Idyllic. And I am a food snob.
Yes, you are.
Capital S. It's unbelievable. Sold out the first one. We've got more coming. All of our gear. We got the Efforting shirts. We've got the Hope shirts. We got the hats. Just visit episode800.com. Yeah, go ahead.
You guys give me a hard time. And
no. What?
I feel like I ask questions that folks would want to know. But also, again, and Brad and I talked about this a lot in our coverage this year, and I know it was, for some reason, it was this real sort of, in one sense, a tumultuous year because Neil Brandt's job was on the line, and what was going to happen this year was Garrett Greene. How good was he going to be? What about the offense? It was fun. We had a lot of fun this year.
This was a fun team to watch, specifically offensively with Garrett, and that's, I don't know that there's the right words. I know we use words for a living. I still don't feel like I'm getting the right words around what an unbelievable season that dude had, right? I mean, you heard some of the numbers there. We talked about it. He went from not having started full-time to how many different categories did I say he led the Big 12, or he was top 10 nationally? And seriously, I could have done 30 of them. He didn't have a kind of good year, Hoppy. He had an unbelievable season.
It was a seminal year. It was going to a particular peak, which he may or may not exceed next year. You never know. But it was that kind of achievement that not only was it significant because of the level of achievement, but because of where he started. Okay. Because of the questions about whether or not he could achieve it, and then he not only did, but exceeded.
The taking care of the ball. If you go back in, and it's the reason why everybody always says you got to have a quarterback that produces, because the usage rate, they're throwing all your passes, right?
Yeah.
And in his case, he was getting so large of a bulk of the rush carries as well. The usage for him. Listen, Dylan Gabriel had a great year. There were some really talented offensive guys in this league. He was every bit in the conversation for Offensive Player of the Year this year.
No question.
For what he meant for a team picked last that finished fourth.
And then you had to have the pieces come together, right? You had the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You had
Huge part of it.
Yeah, big part of it. You had receivers starting to make plays. You had Jaheim White come on. You had C.J. Dawson.
Multiple running backs.
So you had things like that all contributed, so it came together.
Sure.
And as you've talked about multiple times, you had some really, really good play calling and formational creations by the head ball coach.
No question. And then just the mental approach of, just stay on the offense for a second, that particular group to tune out all of that noise all season. And you heard him turn off Twitter and don't look at the nonsense and go out and play. I truly could not have been more impressed with what Garrett Greene did this season on the field.
Totally agree.
That's why he got the three guys first ever Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year award.
And I'm totally good with giving him food instead of a trophy.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, trophies just...
Trophy come and go. He'll remember that peanut butter cake for a long time.
Thank you. Trophy's just another trophy.
Thanks to Laura Aliff, by the way, as you mentioned.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. You have coffee with her recently?
With Natalie.
Oh, you had it with Natalie?
Yeah.
I thought you were with
Laura's
Laura.
daughter, Natalie.
Oh, yeah, no, Natalie. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was Laura you went and had coffee. So Natalie's doing coffee now, too.
She went and we had coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over at Mountaineer Roasting?
We did. Special three guys blend.
Did you drink the blend?
Had a little three guys blend.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
Talked to Rusty while we were over there.
Mm-hmm.
Flying off the shelves, in fact, while we were there.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
Gosh, are we still on the air?
I don't know. We're just talking.
No, we're getting ready to tape.
Okay. 3, 2.
December is coming. Tomorrow it starts.
Yeah.
And up until December the 15th, check this out. Gomart teams up with M&M's to celebrate the Winterland giveaway. Gomart's spreading holiday cheer gives you a chance to win a $500 shopping package or one of two $500 Gomart gift cards. Super easy to enter. Visit any Gomart, scan the QR code that's inside the store, and then let the holiday magic begin. Visit the Gomart app or visit gomart.com to learn more how you can enter into the Winterland giveaway, and it goes until December the 15th. That'd be awesome. $500. You could just get a $500 gift card, $500 worth of Reese's, $500 worth of Slim Jims. Sir, did you have any other analytics on St. John's?
Yeah, you want to talk a little hoops for just a second? I won't give you a ton here, but that game comes up Friday at the Coliseum. As we mentioned, it's a gold rush, that game. This will be a big test. Rick Pitino back at St. John's, coming from Iona. So I've watched them a few times this year. They're still coming into their own. They're not where they're going to be at the end of the season. They do some things well, though. One of the best offensive rebounding teams in the nation. In fact, they're second. So you're going to have to keep them off the offensive glass. They shoot the three well, 33rd nationally. Stop me if you've heard that. Does that sound like a Pitino team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to come after you. The one thing they don't do right now, they haven't been getting to the free throw line very much, just 4th percentile nationally in getting to the free throw line. So the challenges there for West Virginia are going to be able to keep them off the offensive glass. Don't give them free buckets. If you get a missed shot there, you have got to get it and start the other way.
A couple of things.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Hoppy came in before you were here, Brad, when you were up there waiting for Garrett. He said, he came in like Vince McMahon, like, I got St. John stuff. I said, okay. All right, big boy.
All I have is 2 little dated.
That's why he was getting nervous when you started, because he thought I was going to take what he had.
Yeah.
I know what you have. Don't worry. Go ahead. I saved stuff.
I'm not sure I want to do it now.
I pulled a Garrett Greene against Baylor with you. Just went right around what you had. I had my own stuff. Go ahead. What do you got?
Now I feel like an idiot doing it, but
That wouldn't be the first time.
well,
Go ahead.
just it's a little bit of a throwback, right? Like big man,
Mm-hmm.
Joel Soriano
yes,
with St. John's, who's 6'11", 250, and Jesse Edwards, who's 6'11", 240.
Yeah.
Now they're not going to do old time Big East, Brad, where they throw the ball down there all the time. But you do have big man on big man.
I tell you what, they would be nice if they did old Big East, 6 fouls. Remember when the Big East
They did
tested
do that.
6 fouls? Go ahead.
That's a great point.
So there's that. I think that'll be an intriguing matchup to watch. Chris Ledlum that's an interesting story because he came from Harvard, was going to go to Tennessee. Rick Pitino went to him and said, tell you what, you're from Brooklyn, don't want you to go down south.
And this check cashes.
Yeah, stay here in New York. He's sick. He's been sick. But they think he'll play but may not start. So, and I think, like Brad, like you said, this team is just starting to come together because there's 12 new guys, right, and 10 transfers, whatever. So you could catch this. You could get this one because they haven't come together either. One thing that does concern you is Pitino team. They like to run, and West Virginia doesn't have a deep bench. So those are my nuggets.
Yeah, they're not running as much as they will when Pitino gets other guys in there. But Soriano's, really good. He's shooting almost 80% at the rim on his shots close to the basket. So Edwards, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. And this may be one of those games. You saw it down in Florida, Tony, when Edwards started the second half with those 3 quick fouls, and you got into foul trouble. Outside of that, you haven't seen it.
Right.
This is going to test that, right? Pitino, pretty smart coach. I think he knows what he's
pretty
doing.
good coach, yeah.
So their best player's a big. They know they want to get Edwards in foul trouble. I would think this is a game where they feed Soriano early, and Edwards is going to have to make a decision on how to defend. That's a really tough thing. If they're going man-to-man, what's Edwards supposed to do with a big guy backing in on him here? That's going to be a tough matchup.
1,000% right. And here's the other intangible in this game. Quinn Slazinski of West Virginia played for Rick Pitino at Iona.
He did. That's right.
Let's say that it wasn't all applesauce and rainbows. So it'll probably go one of 2 ways. Slazinski either goes off and has one of those games where he gets against his coach and shows him up, or tries too hard and it doesn't materialize well. It'll be probably one of the 2 extremes and probably not the middle.
So correct me if I'm wrong. So Slazinski, but he was at St. John's, right?
He was at Iona.
At Iona.
This is Pitino's first year at St. John's. He was at Iona last year. Slazinski was at Iona last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
One other note on Soriano, his shots are straight up the middle of the field, of the court.
Excuse me?
He'll go at the rim, then he'll step into the lane and hit some shots. Then he'll go right elbow and take a couple. And the only time he's going to shoot a 3 is dead down the middle of the floor. He's 4 of 5 from the top of the key shooting a 3, has not attempted one anywhere else.
You know why? Because he's been watching that new in-season NBA tournament, and they have that middle
like that tunnel for you.
Right, yeah. They have the tunnel right down the middle.
He stays right in the tunnel. That's a tremendous call by you.
Yeah, stays
that's
right in the middle.
That's a tremendous call. He stays right in the NBA tournament tunnel. Does Soriano? Very good. He's really good. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Okay. I got more, but that's good.
Texter.
Thanks for letting me have a little moment.
I thought you did well. You just bring 2 every show. We'll stick with you.
Real quick, we talked about pace there, and you're right. Patino teams normally up and down on you. 56 in the country right now in tempo. So they will get up and down, not probably where they're going to be in year 3 under him there, but they will get up and down. That will be an issue for West Virginia as well.
You know what Josh Eilert said to me the other day? I don't know what we were just talking. I never heard of this in my life, but it makes all the sense in the world right now. They deliberately take a foul to let the defense rest. They have a play set where they'll just say, "Commit a foul."
Have to do it,
so we can just get our breath. I mean, that's
an old Warren Baker strategy. I mean, Bake said that he used to be left in the game 38 minutes. He said he'd foul somebody.
Sure.
I don't get a breather.
Seriously,
yeah,
absolutely right. From the text line, listening to the podcast Monday about the trust and keeping guys for next year. Even if you get the guy that you want, nothing is guaranteed. JT Daniels got paid, didn't turn out to be worth it. Neil has shown an ability to find guys that others miss. Jaheim, CJ, etc. I hope they stay, but I believe in Neil's ability to recruit. We talked about that yesterday. Beanie Bishop, Cole Taylor were both off-season acquisitions. They both earned. Beanie first team and Cole Taylor second team in the Big 12. So those are 2 big hits.
Those
right
are
there.
big-time hits.
And you're not going to hit everybody, but you got to hit some hits.
You got to hit some. And corner, to the texter's point there, I know he referenced Jaheim, but really you should be referencing cornerbacks there because that's the position where you're going to have to get in the portal and reload. You're losing both your starters. Beanie Bishop, as you mentioned, all-conference guy. Malachi Ruffin, great program guy that played all year and had a really good season this year. So you're going to have to go back in. And listen, they've done a good job. Last year they didn't end up with a high-end guy there necessarily, but they've gone in there and got Alonzo Adai, a Charles Woods, now add Beanie Bishop. So at that position specifically, defensive backfield, I should say, Adai played safety. Defensive backfield, they've shown an ability to go in and find guys out of the portal to play defensive backfield for them.
Mike in Myrtle writes, until there is a national pay scale approved and disclosed, the trust pool or collective should not be public knowledge in my opinion. Why? You're opening a can of worms for more public and media speculation on why you kept this guy and didn't spend more to keep a guy that left who's having more success. I have a couple more thoughts, but trying to keep my text short. Thanks for having me. Signed by Mike in Myrtle. Texter, hey, Brad, how about the final grade on Garrett Greene, 7th in all Power 5s with a 90.8? I would like to know when was the last time a quarterback finished in the top 10 grade-wise at the end of the season from West Virginia.
Good question.
Probably have to effort that, huh, Brad?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Has a West Virginia quarterback ever finished in the top 10?
Mm-hmm.
Texter, Pat from Wheeling. That's up there in the Northern Panhandle, Hoppy.
Oh, yeah.
I saw these in a local convenience store yesterday. Since you guys are Reese's savants, I naturally thought of you. Have you guys seen these giants? I considered buying one and sending it to you, but was afraid it might max out my Visa card. But I figured I would have to send 2 packs of 2 for Tony and 1 for each for Brad and Hoppy. Hoppy could slice it like a pie, and it would last a week or 2.
Fair point.
Love the podcast, so they know you, Hoppy.
Know about them, have had them, love them.
What are they?
Big giant.
Half-pound Reese cup.
Oh, it's half-pound Reese?
Yeah.
Oh, like it's a Reese cup.
Yeah, he's serious. You would use it like a pie.
Now think about how big that is. Think about that. Think about how big that is. And we're talking about 8 ounces. We're talking about half pound, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 quarter-pounders of Reese's. Now it doesn't come with bread, but I mean it's you know what I mean.
But what would you eat? Like a normal piece of candy would be 2 ounces?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe like a 4. It'd be like a 4-bagger. Texter. I'll tell you this cake's sitting right here.
That's a big cake.
I'm bringing it upstairs. I'm gonna let everyone share because that's what I
You're
normally
gonna have
do.
to because I can't eat that whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
fairly new listener here. Echo another message. Go Red Devils. Anyway, what's your opinion on the transfer rule with a coaching change? With the rules now, it's an almost pointless rule aside from an extended window if it's a late coaching change. Wouldn't it help Raekwon, but wouldn't change the rule that 2-time non-grad transfers makes more sense to actually be a useful rule? So what he's saying is this. If your coach leaves, you still should be eligible as a 2-time transfer. That's the point he's making. And the reason that Raekwon...
Agree.
Yeah, right? And the reason Raekwon isn't is because he would be a 2-time transfer that hasn't graduated. But it makes all the frickin' sense in the world. But then again, don't try to apply sense. Jeff in Lumberport, I'm scrolling through your website, episode 800, and I just got excited. Just when I thought the hanky was there, nope, it's a 3 Guys car flag.
Car flag.
Looks good, but it wasn't a hanky.
Car flag now?
Car flag.
Yeah, we do. Should I stop looking for the hanky? I can't order by 10 December if it isn't there. By the way, which is my 40th birthday. Thank you, Jeff, and happy early birthday to you. Jeff's going to be 40. Can we get that?
I don't know.
Can we get a doggone
There's a lot of things. We got a lot of things going.